The question which I'm going to discuss today is actually makes a lot of us uncomfortable. Yes, I'm talking about your weaknesses or your areas of improvement. So what are your weaknesses? What's your area of improvement? So we all have a lot of apprehensions actually to talk about this question when it comes to an interview or even in a general life. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha, and today in this video I'm going to specifically talk about 3 very simple steps which you can follow and you can nail this answer in any interview. So before I start, let me just tell you, first of all, never feel shy to acknowledge your weaknesses, or you can always say areas of improvement, because we all need to improve in life. That's why you evolve. That's why you grow in life, both professionally as well as personally. So in this video, I'm going to address 3 questions. Number 1 is why companies actually ask this question. Number 2 is what you should not do, and that's very important. And number 3 is what should you do and how should you craft your answer. So let's start with the first one. Why companies ask this question? So no company is actually, or a recruiter is interested in knowing your list of improvements or your list of weaknesses, but they actually want to see that whether you are self-aware or not. And if you are self-aware, then what are you doing? What are the steps you are taking to actually improve in any area? So how you're gonna deal with the situation, how you're gonna face the challenges, that's actually the underlying intent to understand anyone. That's why they generally ask this question and leave it open to the candidate. Now then let's come to the next part, which is what you should not do. Now be very careful, because these are the 3 points which I'm going to tell you. Most of us have done this in the past, or they're going to do in the future as well. So you don't have to do this. So the number 1 thing which you don't have to do this is you don't have to act smart and make one of your strength as a weakness, which I've seen in many interviews also, and many candidates, they make this mistake. And they'll say something like this, I am a perfectionist, or I am very detailed oriented, and this becomes a weakness at times. So they're just trying to portray their strengths only, and they're not even accepting that they have any weakness or an area of improvement. So that's, again, it's a very negative side of a person. You should be honest enough to accept your areas of improvement. So this is the number 1 thing which you should not do. Now number 2, what you should not do: first, understand the difference between the personality and the weakness. So when I say personality, it could be a trait which you can't change. Let's say you are an introvert, so that's not a weakness. You are an introvert, which means you don't want to talk much. You can do a certain kind of a job, but where not much of a talking is required. So that's not a weakness at all. This is your personality type. Now on the other hand, let's say I say that I struggle to perform under strict guidelines, though I am a very good performer when I have been given freedom or I have no strict guidelines. Now this is a weakness. Now you have understood the difference between personality and a weakness. So personality has no context or a situation, but a weakness has a context or a situation which is involved. So always be careful when you're saying anything about your weakness or about any area of improvement. Just keep this thing in mind. Now the third point which you should not do, I would recommend to avoid saying some direct weaknesses which are mentioned in the job description as a requirement. Now if they say that you need to be a multitasker, and you say that this has been my area of improvement for a long time, and I've worked on XYZ things to improve that, that's fair enough, but still try and avoid this. It'll be better for you. Now that takes me to the last part of this question, that is how you should craft your answer and what exactly you should do. So in all my videos, in almost, if you have seen, then you see I always talk about experiences. So the same thing you have to do here. Focus on your experiences. Now let's say if you are a fresh graduate, or even if you have a work experience, go back and analyze all your projects, all your internships, all your participation in different type of competitions, debates, wherever you have participated, and just try to analyze where you have struggled. Now when you will analyze this, that you have struggled, let's say in working with people or working in teams, or maybe you have struggled in doing multitasking, so then you will get a lot of points from your struggles, from your failures, and that you can present it as your weakness or area of improvement. But before doing that, the next step is to see in all those points where you have worked, or where you have actually made yourself self-aware. Yes, that this is my weakness, and I have worked on that. I've intentionally tried to work with people and try to enhance my team building capability. So that's very important. Understanding your weakness is one thing, and then presenting that weakness to the interviewer is a different thing. So pick up 2 to 3 areas where you think you have struggled and see where you have actually worked. So that is going to be your one weakness, or maybe 1 or 2 areas of improvement which you can tell to the interviewer. So let me just quickly give you an example for this, like a sample answer. So if somebody will ask me what's your weakness, maybe I can say a couple of years back, one of my key weaknesses actually was over talking. And I got a lot of feedback from different people in my organization as well as my college. So I have worked on this a lot, and today when I speak, I always think before I speak, and this has also improved my ability actually to ask a lot of good questions now, when I see myself now and maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, before when I was having this kind of a problem. So this is how you can present your weakness, right? So let me just quickly recall everything. So what we have learned is why companies ask this question, and number 2 is what exactly you should not do. So in that, of course, understand the difference between personality and weakness. Avoid saying something directly which is something mentioned in the JD, and don't act smart and try to present one of your strengths as a weakness. So don't do that. Now how you should craft, of course, completely based on your experiences, your projects, assignments. Try to pick up few of the struggles and failures and try to see where you have struggled a lot and where you have worked to actually improve that. So that's how you prepare yourself for this particular question. So you can follow our blog for more detailed answers and for this answer as well. So thank you so much. Please do like and share, and do subscribe to our channel for more videos, and just mention this in your comments so that we can also improve. So thank you so much. Take care and bye bye.